Metal Hurlant, number 5, January of 1976, published by Les Humanoids Associés. Greetings, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at a particularly spicy edition of Metal Hurlant. Now, this is issue number 5 from January of 1976. At this point, it is still quarterly. This cover is by Nicollet, and needless to say, you never see this cover appear on Heavy Metal magazine. We have our editorial by Jean-Pierre Dionnet, an ad from Futurama here, and we get some more spice. Oh yes, we have Les Humanoids Associés presents Joke Comics, written by Michael O'Donoghue, drawn by the great Russ Heath. This one translates to Moist Heat, and Baiser Gitan is Gypsy Kiss. We have the bald hot babe with a brand that says Huas. On the bottom here, translated directly, it says, they're taking a funny kind of thing right now, those humanoids. It's a joke ad page for some spicy comics. They're just having a bit of naughty fun, really, okay? What an issue, folks. Check this shit out. Here we are with the contents page. We have Hamilton, Potemkin, Philippe Druillet, yes. We have Jean-Pierre Dionnet with Les Grands Anciens. Jules Leclerc, of course, the fabulous Mandrika, written by Dionnet, and this is the takeoff of Alex Raymond and Flash Gordon. Chapter 3 of Den. Philippe Druillet comes in again. Then we have Cowgirls at War by Michael O'Donoghue and Russ Heath. They have the general page regarding books, music, comic books, and so forth. This is their section on page 39. The Conquering Armies by Dionnet and Gal. Ifmur, page 55. Arzak returns, of course. Yeah, the return of the book eaters. Jean-Pierre Dionnet, where he talks about various books of the day. Vengeance by the great Alexis here, and Festival by Picoret and Barret. There we go, it's a little more spice with the Adventures of Gwendolyn by John Willie, of course. It's only appropriate in this particular issue, folks. Here comes Druillet with Hamilton Potemkin. Great story, of course, obviously in black and white. Hamilton Potemkin, lost in space. There's a shipwreck, lost on a planet extreme of extremes. So he's looking around for food or water. From the distance, he sees something coming at him. Oh shit. And it's some kind of mutated flying elephant creature chasing poor Hamilton and just smacking the shit out of him. As you can see here, he's just really having a field day with poor Potemkin. Continues to chase him around, and then the flying elephant creature just drops a massive load of shit right on Hamilton Potemkin, buries him in it, and it flies off. But then Potemkin discovers that at least it's edible. The Great Ancients here, 2 separate one-page stories by Dionnet and Mandrika. Jules Leclerc, which is a takeoff of Alex Raymond's Flash Gordon. I love his use of Zipatone in this. An ad for Rock and Folk magazine, I believe. Den, part 3 in Metal Hurlant. Check out those colors, folks. I mean, I'm just going to leave it here for a second for you, so you can just appreciate those colors. The reproduction by Metal Hurlant is second to none. It doesn't get any better than this, friends and fiends. Just check out the freaking colors. And of course, needless to say, Corben's amazing work. I highly recommend getting a few of the first issues of Metal Hurlant. If you're a Corben fan, it's a must. And once again, his action. Den is leaping. These guys are like, what the hell? And he just lands a fucking kick right in the guy's side of the guy's head. Dives into the water. I mean, the colors underwater. Just fantastic. Den resurfaces. He's rescued Kath. He doesn't know it yet. Another ad here. Of course, Moebius, Baudet, Tardy. Fantastic. And now we come to Cowgirls at War, written by Michael O'Donoghue. Michael O'Donoghue wrote for many, many years for National Lampoon, was of course one of the Saturday Night Live alumni original, Mr. Mike's Bedtime Stories. Remember that stuff? But that's not all, folks, because this is drawn by the great Russ Heath. Now, Russ Heath goes way back. I knew him originally from the pre-code era, the early 50s. He drew for Atlas a ton of pre-code horror stuff. Originally for National Lampoon's Encyclopedia of Humor, 1973. Here it appears in Metal Hurlant number 5, January of 1976. Russ Heath's drawings on this are fantastic. Some fun-loving, always half-naked or fully naked cowgirls fighting Nazis during World War II. Russ Heath, folks, as you've never seen Russ Heath's art before. It's a total comedy, but it's extremely sexy. Obviously, there's a lot of bondage type stuff, general girl on girl type of action. You know, butt naked and shooting at Nazis. That's something you don't see every day, folks. Of course, they continue battling the damn Nazis, and they're just kicking ass. They're really taking them to task here, and they wipe out these Nazis that are trying to get them and save the day. But one of the girls is a little jealous of what's going on here. She leaves while the other girls hold hands and embrace. The end. Conquering Armies by Dionne and Gall. Absolutely gorgeous black and white. The line art of Gall is fantastic. It makes you kind of wonder how long it took Gall to do one of these pages. Nice. Love this layout on this page. Excellent. God. His vistas, too, are just absolutely stunning. He puts so much work into it, so much detail. Harzak. Of course, this appears in an early issue of Heavy Metal magazine. Once again, the colors on this are great. Primo Moebius right there. And as I've mentioned before, you will find this in Mad Max Road Warrior on the hood of a car. They were influenced by Metal Hurlant. Many films were. There's no doubt about that, but Road Warrior, Mad Max in particular, beautifully reproduced. Try to find a few of these early Metal Hurlant issues. Dionne, this is the return of the book eaters. His article where he talks about various books and music. Here we have Vengeance by Alexis. Fantastic art. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like some early, eerie, creepy Reed Crandall. You have the first 4 issues of Metal Hurlant. Some great posters. Le Rat by Mandrika. I would love to find one of these. Another Moebius. Festival by Picaret and Barret. So great. That concert. These fucking huge screens. Very well done. And of course on the back page, once again, the fantastic posters you were able to get from Metal Hurlant of various works by Druillet. And that takes us to issue number 6. Yes, with the fabulous Moebius Major Gruber from the Airtight Garage, which we are going to cover in the next episode dealing with Metal Hurlant. I hope you enjoyed this video about Metal Hurlant number 5, and I will talk to you soon.